Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's InsideAgameR. Welcome to a new game today. You are the judge. Now this is a game that came out on 2nd of October 2023. I've never really heard of it, but one of the subscribers kind of said to me, oh, you might enjoy this game. So I kind of checked it out and I liked the premise of the game. I haven't tried it. This will be my first time playing it with you guys. It seems like a really interesting concept if it's done well. So a little bit about the game. As a judge of the Kobardde court, solve complex cases inspired by actual events. Your decisions will directly affect people's and perhaps yours lives. You may have to make difficult decisions for your family, country, and life. What kind of judge will you be? So here we go. We'll try a new game and we'll see what you guys think. If you enjoyed this today, let me know in the comments down below. I will put a link to the game in the comments down below there for you as well if you want to check this out for yourselves. Okay, so in your youth years, there would be quite a lot of protests against the government in your country and this case. You used to participate in the protests. You wouldn't care about the protests. You used to find the protesters unjust. Oh, okay, so it looks like I've got to make some decisions before we become the judge. I'll say I wouldn't care. I'm not really one for protesting. I'd rather just protest on my sofa and watch people protest, I think. Okay, I'll say that. You had to choose a university and you made your choice. Politics, economic, or law? Well, I mean, if we're going to be a judge, we're going to have to go with law. You like a girl named Mary in law school. Now it's time to share your feelings with her. You said that you loved her. You're hesitant to tell her that. You think you're not ready for a relationship yet. Well, I think telling her you loved her is a little over the top. But let's tell her that. Let's see if it works. Maybe I'll use it as a pickup line. Hey, we got married. Hey, all worked out. Again, 2008, as a result of your happy marriage to Mary, you have 2 sons. Mary told you that you'd be a great father. Okay. After graduating law school, you started working as a lawyer. You choose the field to specialize in commercial, family, or criminal law. Now, I'll be honest with you, family law is more kind of like, you know, custody battles and divorces, I think. Commercial law, I'm not too sure what that entitles. So we'll go criminal law. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. Although you had difficulty finding free time, you are happy to spend Sundays with your family. You would visit with your spouse and children every Sunday. Church, cinema, or museum. Well, we'll definitely do cinema. I have all 3 of them. After practicing law for a long time, one of your best friends, Henry, encouraged you to take the judge exams. After you brought the subject up to your wife, Mary, you saw her as little worried. Why is she worried? When you asked Mary about the reasons for anxiety, she says it is something you want. Are you sure you won't neglect the children and me? Ask the questions and you too. This will never be a problem for her and our children. You want such a career that you will not give up on it. That would be better for both Mary and the children. I say it's never be a problem, right? Although she didn't fully address her concerns, she would support and always be there for you. Good girl. Long-awaited day came. Henry, your wife, Mary, and the children were waiting for the results to be announced while waiting for the results. Let's say we're excited. Henry comes to you and says, I believe you have succeeded. From now on, a whole new life begins for you, he whispered. Okay. With the announcement of the results, you learned that your career as a judge has begun. Everyone in the house was in great joy. Mary looked a little thoughtful, but she couldn't help but rejoice. While you were excited about your first day on duty, you heard of the horn of your driver coming from outside to take you to the office. After kissing Mary, you took your bag and set off for the office. Okay, so I've got to pick my character. I feel like we're a bit old already, no? Okay, so they have some different things. Less punishment. Okay, more money. Government relations. Supreme Court relations are down. What have you got? I think one of these two probably. More money and society relation. Maybe we'll go with that. Okay, so there seems to be some different chapters. Some different seasons, so these must be all the different cases, I'm assuming. Alright, we've got to start here. So, at the Kobardde Border Command Bowden Bell human trafficking case. Alright, this is our first day. The phone is ringing. Shame there's no voices in the game. Chief Justice, hello Richard, how are you? Thank you, Minister. I hope you are well too. Due to the recent appointments, you'll be starting your first day on the job. Do you feel prepared? Yes, Minister. I'm glad to hear that, Richard. I have the only questions on my mind. What is it? You're aware of the country's situation. Do you think you can handle this role? I've been working in the field of law for a long time, and it would be difficult for me. Your appointment of me is the biggest proof of that. If you don't believe in me, then appoint me. Okay, we'll go with that. Right, so what have we got here? We've got, like, folders. Looks like we can do something on the computer. Law book. And it's pissing with rain outside, so that's not a good start. Inspect the folder, then. Okay. Okay, dear Judge, our greatest expectation to participate in the upcoming case is that you make accurate decisions in accordance with the Constitution. If either plaintiff or the defendant believes that you have made an incorrect decision, they can approach us and we will conduct a detailed review. If we determine that your decision was incorrect, you will face a penalty. The day after the cases in which you made incorrect decisions, you can find out why we believed you made the wrong decision by using the file here. Cases that make incorrect decisions will be reviewed by another judge. We have full confidence in your ability to make correct decisions, but we deemed it appropriate to provide this information. Okay, click on the flag. Okay, it's certainly not a normal country. Its history is particularly quite dark. There's been numerous coups in their country's past and military jaunters. Have you ruled the nation? People have almost become accustomed to these military coups and is now considered a normal situation for them. But time and things change. The country deserves a democratic government. Elections have been held for the purpose, and now there is a civilian constitution in place. The country is governed by the government that emerged from these elections. Okay. The new government has its share of concerns, especially considering the significant power the military has had in the country's history. One could say that, I don't even know how we sell this, Kobardde, I don't know, is now looking to the future with hope. After all, there is now a democratic administration in the country. This change is also affected by the judiciary courts. Okay, we were once under military control. They're now conducting trials in accordance with the civilian constitutions. However, this situation doesn't please everyone in the country, and there is still a significant portion of the population that prefers military rule. While the people are divided on many issues, their fundamental goal is to unite the integrity of their country. Therefore, when it comes to their country, they can compromise on many of their beliefs. This highlights the extent on which they are a nation society. Although there hasn't been a major external threat so far, there are separatist groups that have different ethnic backgrounds within the country. These separatist groups have been one of the country's biggest problems throughout its history. While many people share the common belief that the future is bright, it's safe to say that it holds its destiny in its own hands. Each citizen will undoubtedly play a role in the country's future. Moreover, the famous slogan coined to the people of every military coup, the sole owner of victory is Kobardde. I'd love someone to tell me how I pronounce this. I have no idea. It's still fresh in everyone's mind. Okay, examine the constitutional book. I'm assuming that has to be the law book, right? Okay, the Constitution. An individual organization commits the crime of human trafficking by transporting people across borders for illegal means. Okay, so these are kind of all the laws that we have. It's going to take a long time if I've read all of these. I'm sure we're going to have to go backwards and forwards depending on cases and stuff, because like it's got different things going on. Police officer has the authority to use a firearm for the purpose of self-defense, rendering a perpetrator ineffective, apprehending them. Yeah, so look, we're going to have to come back to this Constitution quite a lot. And there's a lot there. That's quite scary. Okay, examine the phone. So we've got menu or pre-trial. All right. Okay, let's go to the computer. Hello, you need to complete a few steps to set up your system. Let's do that then. Okay, so my profile name, picture, Richard Anderson. I mean, we might as well have our actual picture, right? Password. Okay. It's nothing special. I'll just put law 1. Okay, I don't want to use a password then. That's going to be a pain. Okay, so this is the this is my little flag here. So we've got browser, we've got bank, meetings, news. Okay, so I can talk to other people. Okay, that's fine. We've got mail, human trafficking case. I prepared documents for your upcoming case and left them on the table in the courtroom for you. The attorneys are waiting for you in the courtroom for pre-trial hearing. Okay, well, pleased to welcome you to your new duties. Okay, who's this? This is, hello sir, I'm your assistant. First, I'd like to wish success in your new roles. Okay. We've got social media. Alright, okay. KJS, what's this? Okay, so it looks like I can file a lawsuit on different things as well. Maybe if people, defamation and all that kind of stuff. Information, number of correct... Okay, we don't have to worry about that just yet then. Okay, let's come out of the computer. So, we need to go to the pre-trial then, don't we? Okay, so here we go. We're in the courtroom. This is us. So we've got the law book, which is next to us. We've got defendant's attorney, and then we got the plaintiffs. Well, I have no idea what's quite going on yet, so maybe we should talk to the plaintiff's attorney first. Yeah, I really wish they did voice acting. It'd be so much better. My client. Border Command aims to secure our country's borders by preventing unauthorized crossings. However, it has been discovered that the defendant, who works at the border post, allows undocumented immigrants who had previously arranged with human traffickers, okay, to enter the country during his working hours. You will agree that this is an extremely serious and significant matter that jeopardizes our country's security. Therefore, request his trial and the imposition of the necessary penalties. Okay, what penalties are you after? Okay, well, I'll have to go through my law book then. So, human trafficking, we've got to work out what's the law. Okay, my client, Bowden Bell, indeed works under the Border Command at the border post. Okay, well, we've got that one straight. He's a dedicated citizen who is loyal to his homeland and understands the importance of his duties and responsibilities. There is no basis for him to engage in any activities outside his job description. We firmly deny the plaintiff's allegation and request the acquittal of my client. Well, I mean, it's a strong accusation. You know what I mean? You can't just say we'll acquit it. We need to see what the plaintiff's attorney has. Okay, so Your Honor, he recently started working on the Border Command and is a distant from my client's duty area. Therefore, he is not knowledgeable about the incident. We request that you reject his testimony as a witness. If you agree the objection made by the attorney, you must check the box. Well, it's against him. So, I'm going to reject that. I feel like we need to talk to him. Okay, we've got some background noise now. Choose a card before proceeding. Your relationship with the Supreme Court has decreased by 5 points. Oh, well, why's that happened? Okay, Judge, the lawsuit begins. Okay, so we've got to examine the case file, examine the pre-trial, check the list, examine the Constitution book, examine the television, examine the left menu. Oh, I don't know what the left menu is. Okay, so let's examine the case file then. So, the Border Command versus Bowden Bell, human trafficking case. Commander alleges that one of the officers is involved in human trafficking along the borders. They claim that during the working hours, he illegally allows undocumented immigrants into the country and profits from it. The accused officer, Bowden Bell, denies these and does not admit to any connection with human traffickers. So, the parties involved. We've got the witness, which is Andrew Turner, Jeffrey Clark. Okay, we've got Brandon Wilson as the defendant, and the plaintiff is the Border Command. It's the Border Command going against Brandon. But we do have some witnesses, so it'd be interesting to find some testimonies. And we do have some CCTV footage. It captures the illegal border crossing of immigrants. Okay. That's the first thing here. Oh, hang on. Okay, so the case file, that is my case file. Examine the pre-trial hearing records. I'm assuming this is the pre-trial. My client aims to secure our country's border. Okay, so this is the pre-trial stuff that we already know. Again, that's fine. So we need to check the list next. I'm assuming that's the checklist. Yep. So we need to make sure we hear everybody and have a fair trial here. Examine the constitutional book. Ah. Okay. So, I like this. It actually brings me up the section that we're dealing with in the court. So that's important. Okay, so Article 134. An individual or organization commits the crime of human trafficking by transporting people across the borders for illegal means by turning a blind eye to such transportation. Perpetrators of human trafficking are punished according to the national and international regulations. The court may sentence the defendant to imprisonment ranging from 3 to 8 years. Alternatively, the court may impose a fine up to $300,000. Discretion to lower the increase this amount is based on the defendant's behavior in court at the discretion of the court. Okay. I've done all these things. What's next? Are you sure you want to proceed to decision-making screen? No. Let's not go too far here. Okay, let's talk. Plaintiff. Yeah, let's talk to the plaintiff first. Okay, so I can ask him questions. The claims that your defendant misuses his official position. What evidence obtained by the... okay, so I feel like we should be able to ask all of these, right? So... Your Honour, esteemed members of the court, we have determined that the defendant was not at his duty station during his working hours. Okay. We request the examination of the footage provided to the court and the testimony of witnesses who are on duty at the same hours. Okay. What evidence have obtained from the supports this allegation? Yeah, I think that's an important one. Okay, has a security camera footage that supports the mentioned allegation and serves as a clear and indisputable evidence. Okay, I mean, maybe he's got nowhere to go here. Despite such compelling evidence, the defendant refused to admit the guilt and continues to waste the court's valuable time. We request that this is be taken into consideration. Okay, you want me to really punish this guy, right? Additionally, you can see the security camera footage that the weapon is near the wires. Alright, we'll find out. What sanctions do you request within the framework of the allegations? Okay, let's find out. In line with the allegations, we request that the defendant be tried for human trafficking and be sentenced to the harshest penalty under Article 134, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution. What the hell? Why is everyone going crazy? Silence! Order in my court! Okay. In line with the allegations, okay, as mentioned before, we also request the consideration of an increased penalty for the defendant's abuse of the court's time by denying his crime. Furthermore, we reserve our right to file a compensation claim. I suppose you do. So I've listened to him. We'll end his listening. Let's talk to the defendant then. Let's see what he has to say to us. Do you have anything good? Were the duties you performed at the border post within your job description? Let's find out. Your Honour, the duties I performed at the border post are within my job description and I aim to ensure the security of our homeland. As a dedicated public servant who has been serving our country for years, the accusation against me is nothing but a false claim. I hope he's got some evidence to back his claim up here. Okay, you must understand that even filing such a case against a long-serving public servant who is committed to serving his country in itself evidence of false accusation. What? I do not have concrete evidence to provide because proving the mobbing I experienced at work is not defensible in the normal course of life. If my colleagues have a conscience, they will inform the court about this matter. Okay, well, we'll find out. You're trying to kind of like blackmail. Do you have anything to say about the evidence presented? Your Honour, to be honest, I cannot claim to be very tech savvy. However, despite my limited knowledge, I can say that these could be fabricated. Please believe in my innocence. Yeah, you're begging me now. Okay, we'll finish listening to him. Let's see who else has got... Okay, so we can talk to... We've got two witnesses. So let's go to Andrew Turner. Okay, Mr. Turner. Can you confirm that you worked alongside the defendant at the border post? Yes, sir. Please forgive my excitement. This is my first time appearing in court. It is quite an experience beyond watching it on TV. Why are you excited? Okay, please remain calm and answer the questions. Do you think the defendant is guilty of human trafficking as alleged, or do you have any evidence to present to the court? No. I haven't witnessed such a situation. I was added as a witness simply because we were on duty at the same hours. I don't know anything else. Right. Okay. I would like to say about the defendant's claim of mobbing. Okay, see what he says here. For myself, I am satisfied with my job, and I don't want to lose it. I haven't witnessed any pressure on the defendant. Okay. Not sure that's really helping me here. Okay, let's talk to Jeffrey Clark. Hopefully he has something else to say. As mentioned, the allegations of the defendant commit any human trafficking. What do I have to say about it? Okay, Your Honour. Unfortunately, I have nothing to offer regarding the allegations. I am new to the job, and until I learn the ropes, I was simply instructed to wait at my duty area. During this time, there was no incidents within my responsibility zone. Okay, well, that's not helping. How close or far is it from 200, 250 meters, sir? At night, our visibility is even more limited. Okay, so he wouldn't actually be able to see. It's not possible for me to confirm or deny such an incident. That's fair enough. How do you evaluate defendant's defense against the allegations? Let's see what he says. As I mentioned before, I'm new to the job and I have not had a chance to get to know him. Therefore, I cannot say whether what he said is true or false. So basically, nobody's helping me here then. Right. Let's have a look at the evidence then. The CCTV footage. Do I have to click on it? Okay, we have to watch it. I mean, First of all, there's two people there. Are they the immigrants coming across? There's a weapon here, by the looks of it, holding the barbed wire. I mean, what does that even prove? Okay, so how the hell am I supposed to... Got no notes to really take here. I am calm, neat. The defendant is excited. He's okay. Does that really help me at all here? We'll have to go to the decision here. Okay, so, information. The sides witnesses were heard in the court and the evidence is presented in examination. Okay, sides. He's got no criminal record. Neither of them do. The defendant. We didn't take any notes. There was no notes to really take. I mean, can I really tell you if he is guilty or not? Now, someone has crept through, but how do I know that that was his gun? We don't really have anything here. Oh, I don't know what to do. I feel like he's innocent. I mean, they can't see. They said they don't know. We've got that CCTV. I mean, we could just give a fine, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to put something here. There is not enough evidence presented to me to show that the defendant is guilty or not. I have to say he's innocent. Oh, holy crap. So my salary was 150. I lost that 40 in rent, 15 invoice, 23 in food, shopping, and I got a $100 penalty. So clearly they were not happy with my decision. Okay, your spouse mentioned that you no longer have time for your family and this situation negatively affecting the children. What are your thoughts? Right, we better solve this issue. And we've got a murder case next. Let's have a look then. Okay, I got some emails. Some people are not happy probably. You reviewed your last case and determined that you did not apply the correct decision, therefore fine receipt £100 the sentence. We strongly advise to make more accurate decisions. I don't feel that's right. Okay, border security didn't generate much interest among social media users, so there was no significant reaction. While the case was covered with written press, it didn't hold a prominent position. The government, on the other hand, is generally pleased with the outcome of the case and the lack of significant media attention. So why did I get fined? Okay, they want me to go to a crime scene. These are what's about me. Okay, well that's fine. I mean, what can you do? Alright, let's come out of the computer then. So, see if we get the case file of what happened here. It was established that the weapon was... Well, how... No, I don't agree with this. There was not enough evidence to tell me that that was his gun. I mean, they could have presented more to me. In my opinion, if I was that judge, I would have thrown this case out because there wasn't enough. But, okay. They're not happy with me. These things happen. Okay, so apparently I need to go to the crime scene. Okay, so we're at the crime scene. You can click on the points marked with the arrows to obtain detailed information about the evidence at the crime scene. So we've only got 2 points of evidence. 1, the body. Okay, at the crime scene, a corpse identified that belongs to Miles Peter, was discovered in a container. Additionally, a strong odor present inside the container. The container's cold storage unit, upon for examination of the corpse, has determined that there are signs of physical assault. Furthermore, there are instances of frostbite and loss of function in various limbs of the deceased. Right, is there no second page to that then? No. Okay, we've got some pills. In the investigation conducted at the crime scene team, 2 pills were found on the ground. These were discovered pills were examined by details by experts. It was determined that these are antidepressants. These pills are sold on prescription as they require a red prescription. Therefore, they can only be obtained with a doctor's recommendation. Occasionally, individuals who use them may experience suicidal thoughts, especially in the early stages. Right, Jesus, okay. Well, how's that meant to help depression? I have no idea about that one. Okay, the Ministry of Justice seems to want me again. No, I've already read these emails, so I don't know why you're saying there's more emails there. Let's get rid of you then. Okay, so is there going to be a pre-trial? There is. Okay, so we're here in the court. Let's talk to the attorney then. Let's find out what's going on here. The body of Miles Petter was discovered inside a frozen food container during routine inspections at the port. Okay. Following a thorough investigation by our prosecution, it has been determined, based on witness testimonies and examined evidence, that the incident was committed by Lucan Foster, the CEO of the container owner's company. Therefore, we request the punishment of the defendant. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's go to the defendant's attorney then. My client, Lucian Foster, is a prominent and respectable businessman. Well, those words never sit together. We acknowledge that there is a heated argument between him and the deceased due to the engine failure experienced during the recent ship's voyage. However, Lucian Foster has not seen the deceased after this argument. He personally desires a thorough investigation to shed light on this unfortunate incident. However, he denies the murder allegations brought against him. Okay, so here, we're back in court. The relationship with decreases by 5 again. All right, order in court. The lawsuit does begin. Okay, so here we go. We've got the checklist then. So we need to make sure everybody is heard. See the evidence. What have we got here? Calm, neat. The defendant is a bit tense. Okay, well, could be in trouble here then, sir. Right, let's have a look at the case file first then. Okay, during the routine inspections, we're hearing this. The CEO of the company is reported to be engaged in a heated argument with even physical altercation with Miles Petter. Okay, so we've got some witnesses. Okay, we've got quite a few witnesses actually. We've got CCTV, we've got the autopsy, and we've got the identification reports. There is a frostbite in many spots of the corpse. There are crushes on the skull. Ouch. Drugs were found in the stomach. Okay. Body identification report. Since all the employees were not on the ship on the day of the incident, the identifier of the body could not be clearly determined by the police. Based on the statements of the people in the scene, it is concluded the body belongs to Miles Petter and his brother was invited to identify him. His brother confirmed that the body belonged to him. Right. Okay. So there's nothing else really here. So has he got a criminal record? I didn't see that before. He has for violence. He did a term of 3 months and 9 days. Okay. Alright, let's talk to Harper Gray then. Let's find out what you've got to say for yourself. And also concerns with the body of Miles Petter found. Okay, let's ask the basic questions. He was found during the routine inspections inside a frozen food container. Easy enough, right? According to the statement from the ship's crew, there was a significant argument and physical altercations between Lucian Foster and Miles Petter. Okay, what's the connection? Based on investigation and witness testimonies, it is alleged that Miles Petter's death was caused by Lucian Foster. Alright, well, I could do with a little bit more than that. Let's have a look at the law book quickly. Okay, any person who causes the death of another person shall be deemed to have committed an offence of homicide. If the crime of the murder is a result of discrimination based on factors such as religion, language, or race, is punished by more severe. Okay. It starts from 18 years and can be increased up to 100 years. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this guy maybe. Okay, let's talk to the next defendant then. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, so we'll start by asking him what was the reason for the argument. It was related to the engine failure of the ship and the responsibilities associated with it. It was a matter of grave concern for the safety of our crew, and I expressed my dissatisfaction and warned him to be more careful. Did you warn him, did you? Okay, you're accused of killing Miles. How do you respond to this allegation? I'm in a state of shock and grief. You have an argument with a man in a legitimate position. Later, that person dies, and you are accused of murder. It must be one of the worst things that can happen to a person. Maybe. Unless you're guilty. I absolutely deny the allegations. I would have never go so far to kill someone. But you do have a criminal record, remember? It's flashing at me now. Okay, have you ever lost control, believed that you would lose control? This is a general question. What is relevance to the case? I don't think I have. I don't think I ever will. Okay, so he's completely lying to me. We know about the criminal record. This guy, so far, just seems guilty. Okay, let's go to Robert Taylor. What was the subject of the argument between Luke and Foster and Miles? Okay, let's find out. It was related to the engine failure of the ship and the responsibilities associated with it. To put it this way, they were shouting so loud at each other that I went up because I couldn't believe what was happening. Okay. Can you tell us more about the severity and the magnitude of the argument that took place? When I got there, I saw that both of them were engaged in a heated argument. Okay. They were hurling severe insults at each other. Is that what you got? What did you do afterwards, and did you witness anything? Okay. I went back to my post, and to be honest, I thought Miles would lose his job. You can't stay at a workplace after having such a serious argument with the boss. I didn't witness anything else. Okay, so you don't really have too much to add that we don't already know. Okay, let's get Charles up. As a person who opened a frozen food container, can you describe how you experienced the incident? I'm not sure how to describe this. I went to the boss's office and brought the medication he asked for. Okay, he looked extremely tense. Ooh. After giving him the medicine, I left the room and opened the container for routine inspections when I saw him laying on the ground covered in blood. I was in shock. Okay. What condition and position was Miles' body in? His body was on the floor inside the frozen food container, and it's hard to recall without feeling disturbed. He was covered in blood, and there was a strong odor inside the container. Yeah, I bet. You mentioned that you brought medication for the boss. Okay, let's find out. Everyone, I mean the entire crew knows about it. I'm talking about the psychiatric help and medication our boss receives due to his high stress levels. Okay, however, I don't believe he would go as far as to kill someone. You're just trying to save your job now. This is the problem when it comes to witness testimonies and stuff. Okay, Brian Scott, let's see what he's got to say for himself. What can you tell us about the last interaction with Miles? It was right after the argument, but it was quite brief. I told him he needed to be calmed down, and that everyone can make mistakes, and that things would be okay. We didn't have any further interaction, so technically this is the last person to see him alive. Okay, as far as I know, he didn't. So he didn't have any other issues with crew. He was a very lively person and well liked by everybody. However, it was known that he was going through some family issues in recent times and had become a bit withdrawn. I think his negligence regarding the mistake on the ship may have been related to this. Okay. Do you think your boss could kill someone? You would agree that accusing a person of murder is a very serious matter. Lucian is a perfectionist, and yes, he doesn't tolerate mistakes. And I can say he was stressed, but if I believed he could kill someone, I wouldn't work for him. Okay, so this is interesting. No one's really giving me much evidence here, and if I'm honest with you. Let's see if Ronald has anything for us. Okay, did you observe or notice any unusual situation when you started arriving at the scene? When I first arrived, I saw a crowd gathered around the container, and everyone had puzzled expressions on their faces. Then I noticed someone lying on the ground, and I immediately secured the area. Okay, was he there? No. He was not there when I arrived. It must have been reported to him and he came later. Alright, let's see what you have here then. Based on your investigations, did you find any suspicious circumstances of the individuals? Okay. Based on my investigation of the incident, I did not come across any suspicious circumstances. Lucian appeared rather indifferent. Perhaps he was in a state of shock at the time and didn't know how to react. It's quite challenging to make any statement about this without engaging in speculation. I love a bit of speculation, me. So again, I feel like these guys haven't really given us much. We know that he's got the criminal record. Okay, let's have a look at his CCTV then. I mean, I'm not sure. The files were examined. What files? Okay, here's the file. The pre-trial. Okay, again, I don't feel like any of this is helping me. I don't feel like the evidence really helped. This is quite a difficult thing to do. Okay, let's go to the decision then. Okay. See, this is a tough one. So the government kind of... Deputy DA, the location where the incident took place and the evidence can be quite helpful. Well... Putting in the prison, people don't seem particularly happy with that. How can you fine him without putting him into prison? You know, this is quite a tough game. Let's put him in prison for 18 years. Nope, I was wrong again. Okay, let's answer the phone. I didn't want our first meeting to be about such a matter. I don't understand, Prime Minister. The public is eagerly awaiting today's verdict in the case. I have full faith that you will do what is right for our country and won't prolong this issue. It seems that I need to be a bit clearer. You won't punish a government institution for doing what's necessary, will you? The verdict in the case will be determined in the courtroom. Making such a request is highly inappropriate. Of course, the reputation of a country institution is more important than that of a convict. I'm just going to say it's going to go to the courtroom. Right, I need to see what went wrong. Defendant from your previous approach to believe that your decision was incorrect. I was conducting a detailed examination and determined that you made an error. Although the parties engaged in violent altercation, it is not evidence that one of them killed the other. Making the decision without significant evidence is not correct. Well, I felt that way, but because of the first case, I based it on how the first case went, where I didn't feel like there was enough evidence, and they said there was. Okay. I got screwed, basically. That's what we're saying. We're going to the mail. Yeah, we got punished. I prepared documentation for upcoming case. Okay, so look, I'm going to leave it there for today. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see some more mess-ups? I am a terrible judge. But look, we're trying our best. Subscribe if you're new, hit the like bell. And other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.